I'm Lucas Deniz. I'm a third-generation dairy farmer in Petaluma, California. We milk about 450 Holstein cows, and we've been here for 69 years.
And how long have you been a dairy farmer?
Now I'm 36. I've been a dairy farmer pretty much my entire life. Grew up doing it, showing cows at the fair with my siblings since I was 8 years old, and I continue to do that today. Absolutely love our animals, love our land, and it's a great way to raise a family and really enjoy doing it. Cost of feed has gone up substantially. I mean, it's really been rather devastating to us financially. I mean, to see the cost of our feed increase 200% in the span of 6-7 years. It's been a tremendous, like I said, financial burden on us.
What do you think is causing this? Just the spike in feed prices?
Well, I think a huge thing has been ethanol. Like I said, the cost of our corn that we feed to our cows has gone up 200% in just the span of a few years. And because of that, it's driven the cost of other commodities that we feed up as well. Things like alfalfa, soybean, cotton, barley. We've seen a similar rise in the cost of those as well, all because of the pressure and the demand put on corn for ethanol.
How does that directly affect your business?
Well, it's affected us tremendously. While we've gone through difficult times before, but we've always managed to pay our bills and stay on top of things. And that's changed in the last few years. And that's one of the reasons we did go to an organic farming practices, just because we can't pay the bills anymore. And I think about somebody like my dad, who's 74 years old and has worked his whole life, working 10, 12 hours a day, every day for his entire life to build up equity and pass it on to myself and my siblings. And within 5-6 years, it's basically gone.
And do you think it's just your business, or have you seen this with other businesses in the area or in the country?
It's throughout the entire industry. I think here in Sonoma County, where we're at, we've seen 5 to 10 dairies, a year go out for the past few years, and you can do that up and down the state of California. It's really we've lost hundreds of dairies in the last several years. It's had a devastating economic impact. Not only on the dairies and the farms and the families that have gone out, but on entire communities who depend on the dairies to sell feed and sell supplies. It's really had a trickle-down effect.
Would you say it's impacting the state economy or the broader regional economy too?
Oh, absolutely. It's affected the state economy. I mean, like I said, when you see how many, like I said, not only dairies and employees that work on the dairy, but feed suppliers, tractor companies. It really trickles down to everyone, the entire community. It's amazing how many jobs are provided by dairies in California.
Have you been forced to make any job cuts or with employees or other types of cuts?
We have not been. We've fortunately been able to keep all the employees that we have. But we've made a lot of cuts in other areas. Things like vet supplies and medications, equipment repairs and maintenance, building repairs and maintenance. Things that we normally would keep on top of and do through the years have just been had to be scaled back and maybe cut out completely just because we can't afford it.
Now, kind of switching gears, have you heard about how the Renewable Fuel Standard is impacting the corn industry, and corn growers and corn farmers?
I understand the corn farmers are doing very well, and it's very difficult for me to say that I'm not happy. I'm very happy that farmers are doing well financially at any level. So I think it is a good thing for our corn farmers. I just wish that it would be more market driven as opposed to being driven by the government subsidies and mandates.
Have you heard about the impact of the Renewable Fuel Standard on poultry and other livestock industries and other producing industries just in general beyond dairy?
Well, I can only imagine what the impact has been on them as well. I mean, I know that they feed basically the same things that we do. And, I'm sure that they've seen a similar, meteoric rise in their feed costs as well. And, a lot of it trickles down to consumers. Corn isn't only fed to livestock, it's in so many food products that we consume. And so consequently, it's going to trickle down to consumers and they're going to have to pay more for their food.
If you could kind of summarize your feelings about the Renewable Fuel Standard, how would you do that? And how it's impacted you?
Being a farmer, I'm always for anything that can benefit the environment. In my opinion, using corn for ethanol does not do that. When you are taking the most productive farmland on the face of the earth and using that to produce energy instead of food, it's mind-blowing to me. That food has to be replaced somehow. And the only other alternative I see is ripping out forest or prairie land and planting, more food. So to me, the benefit to the environment is just simply not there.
And if you could tell your lawmakers in Washington, like Senator Barbara Boxer, Senator Dianne Feinstein, one thing about this issue, about the Renewable Fuel Standard, what would your message be to them?
My message would be that using corn for ethanol is having a devastating impact on many industries in our country and having a significant impact on consumers as well. At the same time, it's not providing the environmental benefits that we need. And there are many other sources of ethanol that we can use and other sources of renewable energy that are far more efficient than taking the best farm ground in the world and using that for energy.
That's all we have. Thank you so much for your time.
Sure.